Grandma's hands were rough but kind, worked the needle through the time. She taught me stitches and told me tales of patchwork hearts and how love prevails.
Hello lovies, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new, I'm Gina, aka Gina Louise. On this channel I do upcycling, thrift flips, home decor flips, and designer hacks. So first, before I get started, I just wanted to address something. I have a song in my latest videos, and I keep getting inbox from people asking me who's the artist, where can they get the song from. I wrote the song and I recorded the song, so the song that you hear about my grandmother teaching me to sew is my song. That's how my life started. My grandmother did teach me how to sew, and I thought it was really cool to have unique clothing. She would take me to the fabric store and she'd let me pick fabric, and she'd make me dresses and tops, and I'd have all this unique and different stuff. And I guess I never got out of that because I still like to do that. The top I am wearing now, this is a thrift flip, and this is what we're going to do today. So let's get started. This is the blouse that I started off with. I don't like the elastic bands at the sleeves, so that's the first thing I'm removing. Now that I've removed the elastic, I'm just going to iron the sleeve, because when I cut the sleeve off, I would like it to be as straight as possible. And with all these wrinkles, a lot of times you get this little zigzag cut, and that's not what I want. So I'm just going to iron this nice and smooth. I'm going to come back to the sleeves later. Right now I'm going to cut up the seam on the side of the top all the way to the armpit. I have this thrifted lace dress that I'm going to use to add an insert to both sides of the top to give it a nice flare and make it into a swing top. I know a lot of people, when they do this, they like to cut a triangle and sew the triangle into the sides. I find it so much easier to just cut a rectangle and lay your top on top of the piece of fabric that you're going to put in the insert, and just open up the top as wide as you would like the bottom of the top to be, and then sew it in, and then after turn it inside out and just cut out the extra fabric. So this is what I have so far. I added my lace inserts, and I'm going to add this lace piece, crochet piece, to give it a boho look. I'm also going to take the sleeves from that thrifted dress, and I am going to add the lace in here, and then after the lace is inserted, I'm going to sew on this pretty crochet that I had in my stash, and I think that's going to go nice together. So I'm going to take it over to my machine, and I'm going to add those pieces. I measured the length of that ruffle, and then I measured the length of where I would like my sleeve to end on my wrist. So in order for me to get the length that I want on this sleeve, I need to remove 4.5 inches.
Grandma's hands were rough but kind, worked the needle through the time. She taught me stitches and told me tales of patchwork hearts and how love prevails. Through scraps of fabric, memories bloom in her little kitchen's glowing room. Her voice a thread that spun me whole as I stitched my heart and sewed my soul. Stitch by stitch I bring to life, colors dancing sharp as a knife. Grandma's lessons.
So now what I'm doing here is I took the sleeve that I'm putting on here, and I turned it inside out, and I am going to match up this seam with this seam and I'm going to pin it. Then I'm going to pull it, this one, pull the sleeve that I'm adding straight out, and I'm going to pin it there. Then anything that's loose in the middle, I'm just going to pin down as I sew it. And sew it, if I have to pinch it up and pleat it a little bit, it's pretty close to the same size, so I won't have to do much of that, maybe not any, but that's what I'm going to do. Both sleeves, I'm going to take it over to my sewing machine now, and I'm going to sew it on.
Grandma's hands were rough but kind, worked the needle through the time. She taught me stitches and told me tales of patchwork hearts and how love prevails. Through scraps of fabric, memories bloom in her little kitchen's glowing room. Her voice a thread that spun me whole as I stitched my heart and sewed my soul. Stitch by stitch I bring to life, colors dancing sharp as a knife. Grandma's lessons I still hold tight, creating love under soft moonlight. A button here seemed just so, with every piece I learned to grow. Life's not perfect, patterns to trace, but beauty hides in a patchwork place. She said, create when the world feels cold, make something new from the tales you're told. Thread your dreams and stitch them tall, even the smallest seams can stand it all. I bring to life, colors dancing sharp as a knife. Grandma's lessons I still hold tight, creating love under soft moonlight. Create when the world feels cold, make something new from the tales you're told. Thread your dreams and stitch them tall, even the smallest seams can stand it all. Stitch by stitch I bring to life, colors dancing sharp as a knife. Grandma's lessons I still hold tight, creating love under soft moonlight.
And now for the final results. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of these videos, please consider subscribing to my channel.
Grandma's hands were rough but kind, worked the needle through the time. She taught me stitches and told me tales of patchwork hearts and how love prevails. Through scraps of fabric, memories bloom in her little kitchen's glowing room. Her voice a thread that spun me whole as I stitched my heart and sewed my soul. Stitch by stitch I bring to life, colors dancing sharp as a knife. Grandma's lessons I still hold With every piece I learn to grow. Life's not perfect, patterns to trace, but beauty hides in a patchwork place.
Thanks for watching.